Hello and welcome everybody into some Sunday night racing action. Here is the stars of the Numb Thumbs Racing League Super Speedway Series. Heads on here to Daytona for some high action, fast flying cars here tonight. Gonna be a pretty good one to watch as we're deep into the playoffs now. Gonna have about 3 races remaining after this one. We're gonna have to find out who's gonna be in, who's gonna be out. We'll tune on in and find that one on out. So let's get this party all started on up and running with the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And welcome back. As always, have to say a huge thank you to the proud supporters of the NTRL that keeps this league all running, like tonight's race sponsor of PROspec Custom Accessories. Be sure to go check them on out to pimp out your ride. Of course, we also have to say a big thank you to Davidson Builders down there in that northern New Jersey area, doing some fantastic custom building work, as well as doing remodels or just changing out the kitchen sink. Be sure to head on over to Davidson Builders to get yourself the professionals. Of course, I have to say a huge thank you as well to DEP Graphics, some fantastic custom paint jobs coming out of that garage every single day. Big thank you over there to DEP Graphics. Of course, Sim Gear Central as well, some fantastic button boxes. Man, they got all the flip dials, turn knobs, whatever you possibly can think of. And they're all right there at your fingertips to help aid in getting that sim experience that you are looking for. So be sure to go get yourself a custom button box here tonight from Sim Gear Central. Of course, big thank you as well to Track Bar Media, some fantastic real life and sim life photo video edits of racing. Be sure to head on over there to check out their catalog of stuff and let them know that you know, you like what you're looking at over there. So big thank you to Trek Bar Media. Of course, big thank you as well to Martin Sports. Some fantastic custom, you know, team athletic apparel as well as racing apparel there as well. All customized to whatever you want, and they do a fantastic job. So big thank you over there to Martin Sports. And that's all of them. Totally forgot that was it. But that's okay. Either way, I'm Alan Brown, and I am joined by my 2 good friends, one of which, the Brewmaster in General, Mr. Alan English, joining me here in the booth here tonight. Getting us a pretty good night of racing here, Mr. English. Daytona for 70 laps. Gonna be a pretty good time.
It always is, man. Daytona, you know, one of our favorite tracks, I think, and you know, all these big pack racing plate tracks, you know, are a lot of fun to watch. And Daytona is like the granddaddy of them all, basically. I mean, there's not as much room here as there is at Talladega. We know that. So you won't see a lot of 4-wide action here. You will see some 3-wide action. I think some safe 3-wide action here as well. As this league does a pretty good job. And these Gen 6 cars, I don't really remember how they handled in the draft and how they handle on a track like this. So it's been a little bit too long since I've been behind the wheel of one of these, but it's gonna be a fun race. Can't wait to see how it shakes out and who's gonna continue in the playoffs and who's gonna go home.
And that indeed, as we go ahead and send it on down to our anger management specialist himself, Mr. Adam Turner, all locked and loaded down on pit road. And Adam, it's gonna be an interesting night here tonight. I'm just, going through these playoffs, things starting to get cut down, and it's pressure's definitely building.
Yeah, the pressure's on. It's Daytona. Hopefully, it doesn't get treated like the party at some place in Daytona. I just watched a Florida man video. It was actually a Florida woman in Daytona Beach. Just started casually shooting at people because there was some kind of fight. It was pretty awesome. Nobody got killed, so that's good. Yeah, it was crazy, man. You got to watch that. Daytona's wild. It gets western down there in Daytona, even though it's on the east side of the country. I still can't do the math on that. But it's going to be fun tonight because, hey, the playoffs are here. All kinds of craziness can happen. Chump to champ, champ to chump. That's what this is all about. Any idiot could win this race, including Alan English. He's won one here at Daytona. I watched him win it. Didn't you win it here?
That was a Dega.
Yeah, it's the same.
Who's counting?
Yeah, no, don't let the facts get in the way of a good story. I know that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, Brian. We're gonna have fun, and hopefully we'll have some Florida man stories and maybe some crazy conspiracies that are actually are truth bombs that I might give you. Anyway, let me give you some rules here about the race. So we got 1 fast repair, 65% fuel, 3 sets of tires. Don't worry about those. You don't need them. Maybe 1 time change. That's about it. 18 incident points, you'll get a penalty. 25 incident points, you will get disqualified. Yeah, and the track temperature is perfect at 69 degrees. We're not going to have any slippery, slidey stuff going on here tonight. Nice.
As we take a look here at tonight's race info, some beautiful weather being had out here under the lights of Daytona. So can't say it's bright and sunny, but man, those lights really get this track all super and shiny. So taking a look here, we got no clouds, really, just kind of everybody just cruising around, no rain, no weather to worry about. Gonna be a great night. Bringing us down to tonight's key to the race, and boy, oh boy, here comes the bump. You gotta watch out for people flying up behind you and giving you that shot to the rear end. You gotta be prepared for that.
I used to warn you guys, when we raced in that league all together. I would warn you when the bump was coming. That's exactly what I would say. Here comes the bump. And sometimes it would deform bumpers and stuff.
Sometimes it was a little too aggressive. You gotta kind of finesse the bump here. But
Sure,
you definitely need to do a little bumping and stuff. These cars are made for it. They're not the Harbor Freight cars. These are legit race cars that are fun. I think you were asking the question about the draft. If I remember right, these things draft pretty well here at Daytona, but we'll kind of find out and see.
That indeed is qualifying coming to an end here. Means it's time for these drivers to head on down to the track, get in their cars, and get all lined up for tonight's starting grid. Give me 1 second here.
Yeah, and also I did hear we do have some EOLs. I'll mention them real quick. Albert Anderson's got an EOL. Tate, Lucas, Skyler, and DW gave himself an EOL. Can you believe that? The boss man actually gave himself an EOL. So they'll all be starting. I don't know what position, but they'll be in the back there.
That indeed is. Here we go. Your official starting grid here tonight. Canada's own, the 98 of Connor Leach, getting that pole position here this evening. He's going to have the Mac Daddy starting to his outside in second in the 23 machine, Mr. Mark Collins. 73, Josh Keller, getting a pretty good starting spot here as well, starting tonight in third, with the 6 of Joe David on up there in fourth, looking to get a good finish here tonight. The 13 of Paul Durkee having a pretty good run as well. As you heard there, the 1 of DW is actually going to end up going backwards through this field to get things started off, but there in that 7th is the 77 of the Tristan Cotton. 51, Chris Klein, going to be starting up there kind of towards 8th. 9th will be the 31 of Scott Milner, with the 33 of the Gambler finding his way up there to that top 10.
America's driver of the 99, Albert Anderson, qualified 11th, but as you mentioned there, he will receive an EOL. Kevin Winker in the 42, row number 6 right there. Row number 7 is going to be Anthony Williams and Nick Biddy, the 5 and the 32 respectively. Row number 8 is going to be the 00 of Joe Bennett and the 17 of Justin Lawson. Row number 9 is going to be the 19 of Brandon Coleman on the inside. On the outside, Chris Jordan in the 78 machine. And rounding out your top 20, making up row number 10, the 48 of Zeth Holly and the 55 of Tom Barish.
Yeah, 3 Skylar Hare, 21st, 92 at Timothy Stubblefield, Tennessee's own, sitting there in 22nd. PJ Cox in 05, 23rd. Michael Adamson in the 89 starts 24th. Joshua Moore, don't expect him to be back there too long in the 18. He'll be 25th there. 9 of Thomas Welch, 28. 6, 27th, Tate Cawthorn, and 005 of AJ Evangelista is at the back of the field. But that's going to change up a little bit as we get this thing underway with the ULs and stuff. But I'm looking forward to it. Daytona is a party, man. Let's do it.
Yeah.
That indeed. Sorry, you caught me.
Ready to party. There's some good comments out there already. I know you don't have time to get to them just yet, English, but everybody's here listening, having a good time watching. Let's rock and roll, man. That's what this is for.
We'll hit up some of those comments once we get a little bit of extra.
You got to get into cruise control. It's like when you're on a plane, you know, you got to kind of wait till you get to where you can get your drinks, you know. Then we can start talking about crazy stuff and people's comments.
Just
wait
walk,
till the seatbelt sign goes off.
Yeah.
I just walk my own stuff on, so that way I always got it.
Well, that's always the key too. But you know, you got to wait for that seatbelt sign to go off, and then.
Nah, who needs that? Who needs safety?
Well, I'd prefer not to break my neck in some high turbulence, you know, or something like that, you know. I mean, when I was a kid in that 1968 Buick, we didn't wear safety belts or anything when they were driving us to grandma's.
You probably also had lizard people in the car next to you and you didn't even know.
Oh, Lord. Here we go. Start me off. Here we go, Brown. Let's get this thing going.
Yeah, that indeed, as the pace car makes its way down onto pit road. Into that Geico restart zone we go. Green flag racing for the first time here tonight at Daytona. 98 Connor Leach trying to get things started off strong here, getting a great pull away from that 73 machine of Josh Kelleher, who's going to try to slide on up on that bottom side. We have typically seen the high to middle line really do most of the work here as that 98 gets back to that front bumper of the 23 of Mark Collins. Meanwhile, that 73 Kelleher guiding that bottom lane around with some big time help from that 23 of Mark Collins. Getting things all, that's the 13 of Paul Durkee on that bottom side. 23 Collins up on that outside lane. The 77 Tristan Cotton getting his nose on up in there, as well as these drivers beat and bash their way down the front straightaway one more time. And that brings us to that checkered line once again. Green flag is still out, so we are up and running here, boys.
Good, clean first lap, and these guys are still getting up to speed, you know, all the way up until they, right about this time, in the middle of lap number 2. So far everybody being pretty patient, giving them plenty of room. Too wide, but I mean, guys are not smacking each other's bumpers or anything really yet. So
yeah, and even in the back here, I'm watching Derek Welch. He is in the rear with the gear. He's fine, you know. We don't have to worry about cold tires here for the most part. the beginning, it is what it is. We're not having to worry about the tires. Derek Welch is actually doing a stop through penalty right now. That's going to suck for him. He must have got a really bad penalty. I think that's what he's doing. The drive-through penalty on pit road.
Well,
he must have really messed up last week to give himself something like that.
and to your point about cold tires, the only spot you really have to worry about it is when you're exiting pit lane on the apron down there trying to get up to speed. That apron's flat. There's no, there's no banking to help you out. So you can lose it and slide up the track and, I don't know, hit an air titan with your number 42 car, Juan Pablo, and
That did
cause a big
happen.
fire. You remember
But
that?
no, that's exactly right. That's the only time cold tires come into play. And he did that. He did a terrorist act right here at Daytona. He blew up like an air dryer. I don't know if he did it on purpose or what, but that was insane. Luckily, nobody got hurt.
Yeah.
Look at 3. He's just moving up and around, really feeling himself right now in the back of the field. What you got up front there, Brown?
It's been pretty smooth sailing up at the front right now. The 98 continuing to lead here again. We're starting to see that middle to upper lane really start to kind of get those poles coming out of the corner. The 6 of Joe David trying to close that gap between himself and the 23 machine. The 73 kind of sees that door open and might want to peek his way on up in there. But again, that door has now been shut. But for the most part, I think people are just kind of sticking with their line, making sure everybody gets into their rhythm before they really start making any big-time moves.
A friend of mine used to say, hold what you got. Just
I did have one of those friends too.
yeah, that's what he used to say. I'd be backing up to a trailer or something, and instead of saying, okay, stop, he'd say, hold what you got. And that's kind of what we're doing up front here. And
Different line of work, and we use that same thing.
yeah.
Hold what you got right there, Probably a very smart concept at this point in the race.
Yeah, they're just gonna click some laps off, and everybody's pretty happy with the position they've got. But Paul Durkee, oh no, who is that? Is that the 73 that he was right on the? Paul Durkee was on the 73's back bumper there. Josh Kelleher, and then Kelleher goes below the yellow line there. Oh, here we go. As the field passes the 1 of DW, who is not up to speed. Riding around the track by himself, so
that penalty got him, but he'll be able to hang on, and he'll be the lucky dog if we get an incident or something. So that'll be fine. DW will be okay.
Yeah, I mean, really, just a couple laps down really isn't too much as long as you stay out of some incidents here. Double O Joe Bennett kind of in the middle of the fray is. Bottom line, getting a little bit of a checkup run there as we're going 3 wide. Looks like 005 AJ Evangelista. He's not ready to quite settle into a groove, making it 3 wide there between himself and Zeth Hawley and a couple others, making his way back up through this field after serving that EOL.
Kevin Winker joined us on the chat before the race, saying round number 2 of the playoffs tonight. Let's go Team Plus EV. Derek Welch telling us about his penalty he had to serve there. Also supporting his son's football team on his car. Go Smith Station Panthers. Josh Kelleher hoping for some fun and some clean racing here tonight. Mike Adamson saying howdy y'all. Larry Dickerson pulling for Team All-Star Racing out there, saying Albert Anderson is the GOAT. Lions Pride out there saying good luck plus EV. I'm going to miss racing with you all. Sadly, can't make the rest of the season. Tim Stumpfield says, I need a AAA hat. We'll talk about where you can get that here in just a minute here. Murphy Heelan joining us as well. Pulling for the 32. Hanley and Friends pulling for Trister in the 77. Angry Tacos Network saying, happy Sunday, everybody. Let's go racing. Let's see. And our friend Gary Sack saying his signature. Hello.
Hello. Gary Sack is here. Oh man, I love Gary. I'm glad that he's here.
It's been a while since I've heard his hello.
Yeah, we got a lot of people out there just want to talk to us and stuff, which is awesome. Especially in a long race like this, we should be in a pretty routine matter here for a little bit, Brown, and hopefully keeping it kind of straight until it's time to get crazy.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not like we're asking these drivers to wait forever. I mean, the halfway point being lap 35, these guys will get there sooner before they know it, and we'll be having that first round of pit stops starting to roll around kind of close to that time as well. I think that's when we're going to see things get a little bit more slicey and dicey, but for the meantime, just putting in the laps, you ain't going to win it here on lap number 10, but you certainly can lose it.
Yeah, just put the man hours in right now. What I like to do, English, and I think you're in the same boat, just ride in the back here as long as you're in that draft. Like, I really like what Adamson's doing in the 89. He's just in the back, in the draft, watching all this stuff happen in front of him. I think that's the safest place to be right here.
Some action going on towards the front as the 42 kind of got shuffled out of where he was. He's now kind of in this intermediate pack. I'm sure they'll catch back up soon to the lead pack here. As that drafting distance is not very far.
Oh yeah, he was just playing Bridger there, making sure everybody gets back all tight. That's in bicycle racing. That's what we call it when someone tries to make it kind of like a getaway or whatever, make an attack. Someone will follow up and try to get the field to come back with them, and that's called bridging the gap.
The only reason that you know that, I believe, and just correct me if I'm wrong, Brown, is I think there's probably a gambling aspect to that. There could be like gambling involved.
Or maybe I'm into cycling.
Oh, well, you could be, but I just thought it seems more like a gambling scenario for you, but I could be wrong.
No, the only gambling scenario for me this past week was picking Max Verstappen to win the Belgium Grand Prix. Or whatever it was.
Did that happen? I didn't watch the thing.
I don't know either. I was too busy having my own 24-hour race going on.
Oh, that's right. Y'all did race. That's pretty cool. I watched some of it last night. I love those 24-hour races. Even though I don't participate, it's really cool that I race and simulates stuff like that, and y'all can put a team together and do it.
Yeah. And I did win that wager, so.
Well,
as the 13.
I know he's good.
Oh yeah, well the problem was the money line was terrible, right? It was like negative 350, right. So you had to bet like $300 to win 50.
Right.
But when it's
we
that
teach
good.
English about this gambling stuff too. You know how the negative and the positive and the plus 150 minus one. We got to teach him. I don't think he's understanding all that yet. Someday.
Yeah, someday. I don't want to. Even though he is a baseball guy and likes the numbers, I don't want to get him all fooled around with with the ponies, because that gets complicated.
Yeah. There's retired people that just sit there and study those charts and stuff. Oh
yeah, I saw it in the. I was hanging around at work the other day. Just someone left a New York Post kind of sitting on the table there, so I opened it up, and sure enough, back there on like page 35 or something, all the pony races coming up for the week.
Oh, I love it. I love gambling. That's a true American tradition. Gambling on horses, gambling on cars, gambling on sports of any kind.
Even curling?
Yeah, I don't care what it is. It should be done. This is America. We have freedom. You should be able to do it on your phone at this point. There should be no law against that. And I'm going to go ahead and lobby for, we can even gamble on iRacing here. I could make the odds, Brown, and I could do some odd stuff and then gamble on this race. That'd be fun. I know that we're not going to because it's against bylaws of iRacing, but it would still be fun, wouldn't it?
I don't know if it's against the bylaws of iRacing. I haven't looked into the terms of service yet.
I don't want to get banned. I've been banned plenty of times. I like iRacing. I don't want them to ban me. If anybody's going to ban me, make sure it's the United States government. Okay? I don't want iRacing to ban me. We're friends.
Well,
Joe Bennett got shuffled out there, boys.
Yeah, he did. The 00 machine.
All dirty.
And speaking of another Paul, we were riding around there. Well, just so happens talking about gambling. The gambler himself, the 33 of Paul Ferdiani, sticking to his guns down low, just trying to kind of stay in the groove, tucked in behind that 17 of Justin Lawson right now.
See, the kind of gambling he does, that's respectable. You're face to face with a man staring him down.
Hey, what are you talking about? Brown and I are doing respectable gambling? That's the hard gambling. He's using his brain.
Guts, dude.
Yeah, it does. It's a lot of stuff happening there. A little shuffle out, but everybody's squared it away.
They saw the scuffle going on with the 13 once again, and I think some people thought something was going to happen there, and they kind of let out of the gas.
Other than that, though, this has been an exquisite race. Look at these guys. They look beautiful out on the track. All the paint schemes. I mean, there's just really running clean, and looks like a real Daytona race to begin with.
I don't know how, but I got 2 Joe David cameras up of the same camera.
Yeah. It's all the computer problems.
He probably logged in and didn't know that it worked, so he tried it again. I've done that.
Maybe.
Maybe he just wants to have redundancy in case, one page may
The
crash.
Titanic could have used some redundancy, and same with the submarine. It's always good to have like a backup plan,
Sure.
So you need to have a backup plan if you're racing for sure.
The backup plan being don't get in that damn thing.
That would have been mine. But I mean, you should have known on the Titanic, which was actually the Olympic, that if Rockefeller just jumped off the thing right before it was about to set sail, you might as well just follow him off. He knew something was up,
Oh, did he get off the thing?
Yeah, he did. He wasn't going to have no part of that because he destroyed the thing himself. But that's a whole nother issue. Right now, we have a lot of good racing right here all the way through the field. I mean, there's really only a few guys outside of the draft. So
yeah, and you can see it.
Stuff.
It was after that checkup, the 31 of Milner got a dancing partner there with the 92 of Stubblefield teaming on up here. And same thing with Justin Lawson. He found a partner with Mike Adamson here in the 89 to kind of drive around here with. But we're approaching a lap number 20. Albert Anderson is kind of all on his lonesome right now. Well, I can't say on his lonesome if he's driving with Affleck always by your side there.
It's true.
Hey, I got Affleck one time, and like the week after I got Affleck, I broke my ankle at work. That was pretty cool. They gave me money. Anyway, what happened? What's going on YouTube?
Tracy Cotton out there supporting Trister in the 77. Murphy says we need another Nick Biddy interview. Last week was electric. It was, man. He had a hell of an interview here with us on that win. Skunkworks Graphics Racing says, shout out to Skylar Herod in the Skunkworks Graphics number 3 machine. They're running. He's running that sponsor here tonight. The sponsor's online in the YouTube chat. Thank you for being here, and thank you for sponsoring one of these drivers. I mean, I don't think I say it enough about.
Oh man, the 05 got a little bit of a firm bump in the corner. Oh, and there goes the 73 and the 32.
Yeah, and that was the after effect of what you had seen, I think, Brown.
Yeah, up at the front, some bumpers, maybe not quite lining up in the corner, and I thought we were going to have a problem up there with the 05 of PJ Cox, but they were able to keep it straight. It was back here with
005 hit the 73 because he checked up, and that's racing right there. Josh Kelleher got hit by the 005. I think it was the secondary reaction to what you saw up front.
Another car also involved the number 3 Skunkworks Graphics Racing machine.
Ooh.
Oh, right as we were talking about them.
Well, you do have one fast repair here. Just get that thing around, get it fixed. But Brown, that was pretty fun racing up to that point. It's awesome to watch.
That it was, the 3. Oh man, just really nowhere to go. Just getting attacked from all sides. And yeah, you're right, Adam. It was just a little bit of a checkup that kept drifting its way down through the field and eventually got caught on up, kind of back towards the rear of it.
Well, when you're going like 200 miles an hour and you really can't see inside the cockpit. I mean, we can on the broadcast, but when you're in the cockpit of the vehicle, you can't really see what's happening 8 cars ahead of you or 5 cars ahead of you. And that those checkups, that they just happen so quick, and then boom, next thing you know, you're getting turned around. And I think that's kind of what we saw. Racing deal, nothing big. Nobody's going to fight over it. Brett, I don't think English. That wouldn't be a fighting scenario, would it?
I don't believe so. I mean,
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think so, but
I know fighting scenarios. That definitely wasn't one. Just racing.
yeah, just
pit
racing
stops
indeed.
happening here, Brown.
Yes, sir, they are. I mean, we were kind of getting close to about that time anyway, so expecting to see everybody come on down.
All right, fuel or fuel and tires? I think that's a good question here. What do y'all think?
I'm fuel only here. I think.
Yeah, I think so
20
too.
laps in, yeah, I'm fuel only here at Daytona.
Yep, and that's what it looks like a lot of the guys are doing.
At Double O Joe getting a quick in and out pit stop there. Seen a couple people maybe take even 2 tires here. Just making sure that those right sides are up to snuff.
Very crowded right there on pit lane,
Yeah.
but it is under caution here. So
Did y'all catch any of that Watkins Glen today?
I did not. No,
It was cool. I thought it was cool, but I was, drinking beer in the pool, watching on the TV. So I mean, it looked good to me. I didn't listen to any of the commentary.
You're liking that swimming pool TV, aren't you?
Yeah, I got the pool. I got the. Then I hung the TV the other day. Really, pretty exhilarating at 115 degrees out.
Yeah, yeah.
Cold, refreshing beverages.
It's almost like you
Yes.
were sitting in soup.
Nah, actually, 90-degree water feels really cold compared to 110-degree temperature. So it's not bad. It's not a bad situation. All right, Josh Kelleher. I don't know if he did not click his fast repair or something, because he's sitting there trying to get repaired, and that could be a problem for the 73.
Gary Sachs said he's pulling for Stubblefield out there. They were teammates before in another league, so he's out here pulling for Tim in the 92.
Oh, Gary. Good to see him.
Yeah,
out
Gary
here.
said he's on the waiting list
Oh,
to join this league maybe in a future season. So maybe we'll be
Okay.
calling Gary Sachs' name here one of these days.
maybe we get to interview him. That would be fun. It's been a long time.
I'd love to give him a big old hello.
I love some Gary Sack. He's a good guy. I think he's from Michigan, isn't he? If I remember right.
Yeah, remember we used to watch you play that Sea of Thieves game.
Yeah, I never really
Hey, the
understood what that was.
Walking around being a
I
pirate.
just enjoyed talking to the guy because he was like a pirate, Derek Welch is out there. He's questioning iRacing. He doesn't understand how he is a lap down. Wow.
Give me
There's
his
a lot of
question
questions out
how
there.
he's a lap down. He got lapped.
He got
Well,
lapped-
I know.
He got lapped
Wait.
when he came down. Because he came down
Yeah.
and got a penalty under green. He got lapped by the whole field. I don't
know. He'll be back on the lead lap eventually. I mean, he runs the league. If I was just him, I'd put myself on the lead lap.
I'd just be like, yep, wait
I just hit the button right here. I'm a freebie,
Yeah, but somebody will. If he did do that, though, somebody was going to give him some crap.
Yeah, that's true, but you own the league. It's kind of like, what they're doing in the White House now. You own it, so you do what you want. You can have your son run around and have all his cronies over there and leave white powdery substances all over the place if you want. That's your house. I mean, you do what you want. Nobody liked that one? I mean, gosh.
Well,
I thought I'd get a reaction out of at least English.
I was trying to think of a retort, and I couldn't come up with anything that I could say on here.
Stunned. Let's go
I
back
came
to
up with
racing, Brett.
some doozies, but I couldn't say them.
And error 404 inside of English's brain here as we go back to Green Flag Racing, 00 and the 13, getting things started off side by side. The 19 getting behind the 13 here. Both drivers definitely known for working with each other there. Same thing with the 98 of Connor Leach down here on the bottom line, giving a big old shove to the 00 of Joe Bennett, not letting that rear bumper get away from him here. You also got Ferdiani, Zeth Hawley, PJ Cox, and Kevin Winker all up inside of this mix as well.
Yeah, great to see our Canadian friend Connor Leach doing so well on this big oval here.
Yeah.
They don't do a whole lot of this kind of racing up there.
They don't?
In the Great White North there, our neighbors to the
What do? They go backwards or they go?
Oh no, they have lots of racing up there. I don't think they have any super speedways this large.
Oh well, this is an American thing. We're the best. We're the biggest. We do everything the best.
We overdo everything.
Yeah, I mean, come on, it's America. But I mean, there's cool racing all over. I think both of y'all know.
The Pinty's League up there. Oh, we got
Wrecking Brown.
Yeah.
Stubblefield.
Stubblefield getting involved. Looks like the 89 and the 77 as well. And it originally looked like it all started with the 89 of Adamson. Man, I don't know what happened to him, but it looked a little bit rough and tumbly.
Went smack into the outside wall and came back down.
Yep, that's what he did. And I don't know if he was loose or was trying to make a move and
got air off his nose and got tight, I think, and just went to the outside wall.
I think you're right on that.
Took
out Stubblefield. He's missing the back deck, but still have a fast repair.
Is it the 77 he also?
Yeah, 77 kind of got caught in it as well. But yeah, that was strange. Don't know exactly what happened to the 89 there. Just kept drifting up the track and snagged that outside wall. And
well, while we were watching that, we were talking about racing all over. Really, I've kind of started watching what this Australian stuff. Those guys are pretty good. I like that Australian racing where
the V8 supercar.
Yeah, because they're American cars. That they just use a fake name like Holden. That's a Ford, isn't it?
That's GM.
GM. I don't know. They just use fake names. They're still American.
They're not fake. I mean, they're made over there.
Yeah, I know, but it's owned by America. That's what we do. We just make awesome stuff. When we were America.
Well, it's a publicly traded company. I mean, anybody can own some of it. Who knows who owns all of it?
Well, unfortunately, you're right, and I don't want to get into that. I'm trying to think back of the good old days. I don't want to think about.
It's probably owned by the Chinese.
I knew it. I knew you were going to say it. Yeah.
Some computer bought a bunch of stocks of it.
Yeah, it's probably that Bill Gates clown. Guy never did anything with his life but steal stuff from his friends. And then tell us we got to eat grasshoppers. No, buddy. We're eating American beef, and we're going to watch races at Daytona with real Sunoco fuel for the rest of our lives. And you can sit there.
Produced in Venezuela.
God, no.
No, that's Sitco.
Yeah, no. Yes, Sunoco is an American company right here, man. My uncle retired from that company. Would you
I'm trying to
give me a break? Sitco is actually Venezuelan.
Yeah. Got some comments out there.
Oh, no.
Larry Dickerson saying, Tony Stewart racing experience is awesome to watch. Been to one race at South Boston Speedway. And then Shugu says, what the F is a kilometer?
Oh, here we go. The kilometer crap. I don't know.
I love it.
I never understood it. And they told me when I swear to God, 1982, I'm pretty sure when I was in grade school, they were like, you need to learn this kilometer. And it's different from a mile. And we're going to this and we're getting rid of this mile stuff. And no, we're in freedom units still to this day. Okay? We don't mess around with that kilometer garbage.
Kilometer, I know a lot of people, they'll run 5 of them at a time. I do know that.
What is that? What is it?
Also know that Shauna Flick says, go Kevin Winker. Now, thank you, Shauna.
Where is Kevin? He's a 7th right now, 5 spots. That's pretty good.
He's on the apron playing it safe so he didn't get hit. I've
Yeah.
done that before at these tracks.
Yeah, you got to be careful. You never know what's going to
Plus,
happen, even under
that's-
caution.
Connor Leach is the one asking about the kilometer.
Yeah. Oh, that's Connor.
perfect. Yeah,
Well,
that's Connor.
perfect. He probably actually knows what one is, but do they use? They use
1,000 meters, man.
I don't know what a meter is. I use yards. It's 3
A
feet.
meter is 100 centimeters.
No, see, now you're getting me sideways with somebody else.
Oh,
I'm not that person. I know what a yard is. I know what a foot. And I know it's like 5,000 some feet to make a mile.
So get this, at work we measure a lot of stuff in gallons, but we measure some stuff like additives and stuff we measure in grams because grams
Oh
are so
God.
small. Yeah.
See, that's what gets confusing. And then, like, when I'm trying to work on my stuff at the house, 3/4 inch, or do you want a 12 millimeter? I mean, what the hell's going on around here? They're trying to confuse
Those aren't
us.
even close.
Well, I end up just giving like a dumb example. I wasn't giving like a real
12,
example.
12 millimeters like a 9/16.
Well, okay. See, there you go. There you go. That's the problem right there.
And a 7/16 and a 10 millimeter are pretty much interchangeable.
Well, it wasn't today when I was trying to work on this thing, eh?
You try to replace water
It
pump?
didn't really. No, I was trying to do some work out here at the palace. And 7/16 and 10 millimeter did not work out for me. But of course, I got it from Harbor Freight, so it could be another issue.
They're probably not really sized correctly.
Yeah, well.
It's probably like a 10.5 millimeter.
Yeah, exactly. I think so, because it was like trying to strip the. Yeah. Anyway, here's the deal. These cars are American. We're watching right now, and they're about to go back to green here at Daytona,
Except
which
for
is.
Toyotas.
Oh God! Don't start with that. Where's the Buicks and the Oldsmobiles?
Pontiac,
The Dodges.
Mercury. They're gone, man.
Sad.
And that they are, but what else is gone is the pace car down pit road as we go back to the green flag. Whole line of traffic here, kind of towards the back as they shuffle in single file, but the 13 is double file with that 19. He immediately jumps on up to that middle to high lane. The 19 gonna get to that back bumper, but here comes that 98 of Connor Leach coming up behind the 48 of Zeth Hawley, giving him a push until the 48 jumps on up to that high side, leaving the 42 to his devices behind the 98 to try to push him.
Yeah, Connor Leach explained on the radio to Kevin Winker that bumped up against the rev limiter there, a little bit behind on his shifting there as they were coming up to speed, but no worries there. They're still packed pretty tight there on the inside line. Look at the outside lines. The 19 and the 13 going at it.
Wow.
Kind of provide a little accordion effect through the outside lines.
Absolutely, but here comes that bottom line once again. The 6 of Joe David trying to help out Kevin Winker there with some of that draft help. The 3 machine as well as Skylar Harrod getting back on into this mix.
I love the fact here at Daytona anybody can win. It's not your regular guy, your regular winner. Anybody can really win here, so that's why it's so fun. There's so much crazy stuff that happens during a Daytona race.
Well, you say that. Some guys are just better at knowing where the momentum is, knowing where the runs are, how the aerodynamics work. Albert Anderson is one of those guys, and he's right here in the middle of the field. He's on his way up to the front. Dale Earnhardt was always one of those guys, as well as his son, Junior.
Well, there's a feel out there. You can kind of feel where you want to be. You get comfortable.
Derek
But
Welch is
there's
another one of them that does that.
But there's always that anomaly, that crazy thing that happens that you weren't expecting. That could, it's like shooting dice in Waco. Literally, here is what's happening at Daytona. So that's why I enjoy it. I like rolling snake eyes.
Yeah, no, you like trying to roll snake eyes, but course, it's always me who doesn't place that snake eyes bet, and then it pops up.
Be in it to win it.
Yeah, Yahtzee.
Oh my. Looking great up towards the front here throughout the field. As a matter of fact, we got 2 wide going throughout most of the field here, Brown, as these guys continue to battle. And see a couple of guys swapping lines, trying to get that momentum, trying to chase those runs. But up here towards the front, everybody's still stuck together pretty well.
And that they are. Up here on the outside lane, last week's race winner, 32, Mr. Nick Biddy, trying to go 2-time in here. Now we gotta, like, I know I got a driver camera of him up here somewhere. Got a whole list of people here tonight.
Paul Durkee sticking to that outside line. The 98's got a great pusher in Kevin Winker there, but that inside line just not able to stay up with the outside line here, at least on half of the track. We've talked about that before, how the inside line will get momentum around the front side of the track, and then down on the back stretch, that's when the outside line stretches their legs.
And also got 48 of Zath Holly there in his VR tonight, putting in some laps. Also got the Trister, Tristan Cotton. Apparently the heat's messing with Tristan's cameras, getting it all kind of crazy looking. Got the
VR, man, that's the only way to race for me from now on. I mean, it's just, there's nothing better.
And I agree.
You do some triples too. I mean,
Oh yeah.
I've never tried triples. I may change my mind if I ever tried that.
Well, it's put it triples. If you get like seasick often or anything like that and can't do VR, then triples is definitely the
Okay.
definitely
I've
going to be.
desensitized myself to the VR. I can even fly flight sim and stuff in VR now.
Check up here is a 42 and a 33, almost getting to the back. Everybody else there on that bottom side.
Yeah, when I first started flying flight simulator in VR, I got in a jet one day and I said, let's do some barrel rolls. And I was looking at the ground, through the top of the cockpit.
Yeah.
Then I suddenly had to take it off and lay down.
Speaking of looking out the cockpit and doing some barrel rolls, the 73 going for a wicked wild ride.
And the 17 did a little break dancing on his roof there. That's Justin Lawson. Chris Klein taking the blame there on the radio officially. Who got in the fence?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I went spinning up into the fence. I don't know if that was a 73 or...
As 51 just getting into the back of the 17, then comes straight up the track. Oh man, 17 basically gets ramped over the 73. Yeah. Oh gosh. Justin Lawson with the nasty tumble down there.
That looked pretty deadly.
And jump on this. And I welcome everybody to join me in the Close Your Eyes camera. Oh, goodness.
Oh, man. That'll make you sick.
And right back on four wheels. And it's just Lawson having a wicked tumbly ride down there.
Nothing he could do,
Oh, no. Absolutely not.
I mean, I like all the sparks you see flying there. That's that car kept running, but he asked for an EOL because he was kind of limping around there. He's having trouble keeping up with the field. A lot of damage on that 17. Also, Josh Kelleher's 73 that we also saw went flying. Also with a meatball flag there, so they'll have mandatory damage to get repaired before they're allowed to score any laps.
Indeed, as he looks like Paul Durkee gonna guide some of these drivers down onto pit lane, but not everybody. Probably 3/4 of the field. Only got a handful of people staying on out here, electing to take the track position over the full fuel tank. So while pit stops are officially underway here, and these drivers try to get back up and ready and line back up side by side, let's take a quick step aside here and come on back when it's about ready to go to that green flag. And welcome back. And it's like, apparently I blow everybody's ears out with one of those advertisements. Don't know which one it was. So, let me know who it was for, so that way I can turn that volume down next time. There is the 48 and the 00 getting things started off here side by side. Gonna have the 33, the 42 as well. 5, the 98, 88, 05, 6, and the 19 all up inside of this top 10.
I mean, for a plate race, this has been very clean here so far. Only a couple of small incidents so far as we get ready to go back green.
That indeed, the pace car coming on down into pit road, which means here we go back to green flag racing here with about 30 laps left to go. Lap 40 out of 70. We got that 48 jumping out in front immediately of the 33. You got 00 Joe trying to stay up in line, as well as the 98 pushes the 5 machine here tonight. Man, that 98, he really hasn't been leading that too many laps, but he's been giving a big old bumper push to a few trucks, or cars, I should say, here tonight.
He saved some fuel too, I believe. Being a great pusher and staying with that car in front of him there. Connor
part
ain't
of
no
the-
fool. He knows how to save some gas.
Part of the fun here is actually pushing your friends or a guy you like to run with to the front. So you get
They'll remember that.
satisfaction out of that. Yeah, they'll help you out a lot, down the road. So definitely got to find a friend here at Daytona. I was about to say Talladega, but it's very similar, just a little tighter here.
That can be troublesome though when you're sticking right with somebody on their back bumper. One little push that's not square
Yeah,
can send your buddy around and wreck
got to
the
be
field.
a lot of trust,
Oh yeah.
a lot of trust involved. Our operator is here.
Yeah, man, Bruce Muehlberger.
Oh man, he missed some of my commentary on the White House. I was hoping he was here for that. He would have probably enjoyed some of that. Glad to see you here tonight, Bruce.
Well, 98 jumped down. Let's see. Well, they're kind of moving back and forth. 98 and the 5, trying to control the momentum here, control the runs. You got to be careful right here. The little push the pusher action. We had the 48 pushing the 98. Who was pushing the 5? Now they're switching lines up a little bit. The 5 moves down to the inside. .33 of Ferdiani moves down inside, but he has no help with him immediately. He's going to drag back a little bit. That's caused a checkup. 19 got a little bump from the 13. Not the first time we've seen those two guys get together out there. Little bobble by the 19, but he saves it.
Connor Leach he was in the lead. Has a Canadian ever won the Daytona 500? Like a real one?
Not sure.
You'll have to use the Googler for that one.
There's been some popular Canadian drivers over the years.
Name one.
We were just talking about him the other day because one of the guys had a throwback paint from him.
Oh. I just wanted to confront you.
No, you would ask me.
Yeah.
I have to roll back.
I was watching the ARCA race today, and Kenny Schrader was in that race.
What's
Remember
really? I know he still does dirt stuff.
And another guy that Braden Laster, he's in one of the leagues we broadcast too. He was racing. I think he got a top 10.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Pizza Man. I was watching that in the pool. It was a fun race. There's kind of a dirt track up in Springfield, Illinois.
Bruce Muehlberger knowing how to do some of that conversion.
He's got to. He's up there in near the Great White North, eh?
Yeah. He just got home from work, moving in two customers by the end of the month. Crazy time, but he's still here. He still showed up. Thank you for being here, Bruce. He said two customers. That's 3.2 houses in Metro.
See, that's where I get confused right there.
Sure.
But I get it. Oh, big checkup.
Oh, going
three.
3 of Skylar Herod taking a trip through the grass. He's going to try to rejoin the track here. Oh, my goodness. Still green flag.
What a wild ride for the 3. That infield is not smooth, folks. That is really rough down there.
How he was able to hang on to it after that, I have no idea, but that car has definitely seen better days as the 05 gets up behind the 98 here, trying to push him on this outside line. The 48 00 and the 42 working well together here.
Yeah, Josh Kelleher, rough night for him. Saying, well, didn't get that fun, clean racing that he wanted out there tonight.
Well, does he have an enemy? Does he have some bones to pick with somebody? I'd love to hear if he wants to fight anyone. I know he probably just got in the wrong place at the wrong time here.
Yeah.
Sucks for Josh.
Skunkworks Graphics Racing says, show who hit the 3 of Herod. They want to see who ruined that paint on that number 3.
I'd like to, but we kept racing. I couldn't see what happened
We
there.
can go back. Hold on a second here.
Yeah, Brown has all the
Oh,
controls.
it was a little bit of a checkup. Kind of here, the 88, the 19, all check it up. The 3 had to check up, and then ended up there was contact, but not the contact that ended up happening. It's a little bit of a fake netcode there, but the 13 getting to the back of the 3 machine there. But yeah, then it was just a quick and wild ride, and ew, goodness, almost some secondary contact there as we return live to the action here.
Inside line is where it's at. It looks like right now they're all nose to tail here. I don't know if that's indicative of guys maybe getting ready to make their final pit stop here for fuel or what. Oh, it's stacking up. 17 got run into a little bit there by Nick Biddy as it stacked up. My goodness, everybody's safe though.
Yeah, that they are.
Oh. Somebody told somebody to settle down. I guess there's some wild driving out there going on. So that's Joshua Moore and AJ Evangelista. So let's see what they're talking about. And Joshua Moore's got some kind of new setup or something. They're having a conversation, talking it out. That's nice.
005 definitely not happy about how he's getting raced out there. But
All right, Zeth Holly is going to pit.
here we go.
Joe Bennett, 00. So watch this, Brown.
Yeah, seeing the rest of that field come on down. 42 a Winker as well. Here we go. The race down into pit road here. Looking pretty good. Pretty good. Man, that was a 8 out, maybe a 9 out of 10 on that one.
Surprisingly smooth. I didn't see anybody get a black flag there. Didn't see anybody hit anybody or lock up any wheels. Pretty smooth. They practiced that green flag stop here, I think.
Yeah, that looked really smooth. Really nice job there. And blending back on the track and then how all these other ones happen, that's going to be kind of the key to how we finish this race, isn't it?
Yep.
That's what I thought, this is the money stop, though. Yeah, I know. Yep. Anytime you say yep, I know that I'm off base somewhere,
Or I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, or you didn't listen to me. One or the other.
YouTube comments or something.
Remember when that one president ran that big old Cadillac they have right around Daytona and did like a lap at Daytona? That was awesome. There's some like American flags everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just the president.
It was 44. We can't. I don't know if we say his name, we might get a.
I don't know. With 44, I don't know if it was that guy. It might have been 40 something. It was in the 40s. Let's put it that way. Yeah, I don't want to get the shadow bit, but yeah, that was super cool. Oh, Lawson just turned it a little bit going in, Brown.
Yeah, you got Brandon Coleman coming on down into the pits here as well. Oh, coming in hot, getting the loosey-goosey. Tate Cawthorn there as well. I think Cawthorn actually did a pretty good job there behind everybody. As
Paul Durkee, black flag.
Oh. Well, out in front right now, Connor Leach on the 98 and the 05 of PJ Cox, up 21 spots for the 05 here this evening, with 19 laps left remaining. Last pitting on lap 37. Are they going to have enough to get here as we're seeing more and more people come on down into the pit road?
Yeah, that's the big question here. If we do get some late cautions, I think that will help these guys out on their fuel mileage. But as we've mentioned before, this league, they let them do all 3 green, white checker attempts if they're needed. So it's, you really kind of have to bank a little bit of extra fuel in that fuel cell if you're going to make it, under all 3 of the cautions. You kind of have to plan for it. They don't always, use them all. But it's good to have that extra fuel. The gamblers will be the guys that say, well, I'm gonna short myself just a little bit, keep that track position, and maybe make something happen at the end here. I think we saw Ricky Wittenberg do that. He's won at least a race or two that we've saw that, he worked that fuel strategy out to where he had enough to get him out of turn 4, and that was pretty much it.
And sometimes that's all you need.
Albert Anderson with a good pusher here. His buddy behind him there, Mike. I believe that's Mike Adamson. I can't see his number, but they got a big head of steam on that outside line. They're rolling.
They are.
Link up with somebody at this point in the race, definitely.
Anderson, though, one of the vehicles, I believe he's a lap down right now.
You are right. Yep. Mike Adamson, however.
Oh, and there they go, spinning around. That's going to bring out the yellow flag.
00 Joe Bennett and the 19 of Coleman.
Mm-hmm.
Heard one of them mic up for a second, but I didn't hear what they said. But yellow is out. We'll have to re-rack everybody all over again here, boys.
Looks like the 98 just getting to the rear quarter panel. Bumpers not lining on up here. Oh, yeah.
That's what it was.
Sends the 98 or sends the, the 19 around. And that just causes all chaos here. 55 up, or the 05 up into the wall. 00 Joe having a rough and tumble ride there as well.
Well, Brown, we talked about that before, about these cars are a little bit more forgiving on, not being perfectly lined up. The newer cars, it's you have to be right perfectly straight, but these cars are a little bit more forgiving, are they not, because of the body shape?
Oh, they definitely are. But unfortunately, there's still a little bit of curvature to that bumper.
Well, you got to hit it kind of square. I mean, honestly, it looked like he only got, not even a quarter of the thing. And it was probably accidental, but that's what kind of turned him there.
Well, I mean, I don't want to say everything is accidental, but just about everything is accidental.
Well, I mean, I like to see the hatred and anger.
And that's why that's why Anderson, carries Affleck.
Yeah. That way he's covered in case of an emergency. It happens, man. You're driving 200 miles an hour. There's traffic all around you. You're trying to make a move. And you kind of clip somebody sometimes.
Goes a bunch of folks down. Looks like they're going to top off with fuel.
Yeah. These guys are going to be guaranteed to finish this thing. They get some fuel in it.
I see Affleck commercials. I changed the channel.
Why?
They started putting Nick Saban on there. I'm tired of looking at Nick Saban on my TV.
Yeah, I ain't worried about him. He's a crook.
Someone's still a little bit hurt.
He's a crook. I mean, but they're all crooks at this point in college football.
He had a good thing going at LSU, and then big old money over there, Alabama.
Yeah, no, well, I think he went to Miami Dolphins, and then he came back to
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Alabama. He's a greedy son of a bitch. I mean, let's just be honest.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, he is. I mean,
Get
he's
the
about the
bleep
money.
button out.
Well, I mean, that's actually, you can say that over the FCC. You can say what I just said. I don't want to say it again because there's children here. I like to keep it very PG, But every once in a while, you start telling me something that I got to, give my opinion on. I'm going to give my opinion on it, and he is greedy. He's a greedy guy.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. He's created quite the monster there, especially with how you can just pay players now for anything.
Yeah, that's
it's become it's become a kind of a joke. It's like the mini NFL is what's really happening. Yeah.
Sure. Everything but the kneeling. Yep.
Oh God, don't get me started on that crap. I'm already in the mood. That whole thing was a coup d'etat, by the way. There's part of the coup d'etat that nobody ever wants to talk about.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was. So it was. And I'm going to go ahead and say it right here on the air. It was there was a reason all that shit was going on. And I just said another bad word. That one was on me.
Oh,
I'm going to have to.
I didn't
Well,
catch that one.
Well,
What did it
I'm gonna have
start
to
with?
It started with an S. It wasn't anything. I mean, it was probably PG-13,
Don't
Brown.
say stupid. I told you not to say stupid on the record.
Yeah, I tried not to. But anyway, I got into the coup d'etat thing, and then my brain started doing like
It's
the
that clear
overfire.
liquor, dude. I've got it. It's the clear liquor.
It started overfiring. Like my brain was like, chew, chew, just say this, say that. I'm like, no, don't say that, but say this, but don't say that. Yeah, I'm done. Let's just watch the race, Brown. I apologize for ruining your beautiful broadcast. But this has been a fun race. I'm not trying to sabotage it with, talks of a coup and stuff, which actually happened.
Why do you keep talking about German clocks?
Cuckoo clock. Thank you. Brown knows how to bring us back to earth. Oh my goodness.
Thank God.
I know there's one of us that has a brain. It's not you or me, English.
Now, Murphy got a message for you out there saying you better watch your profanity.
I know. I'm sorry. I apologized. I didn't. That's a
probably
rarity. Huh? It's a rarity when I do that.
It is. We've all done it. Well,
it's not.
done it.
Yeah, I don't think Brown ever has. I know you have and I have.
I've dropped.
You've done it more than me, actually.
I think so. Yeah.
If I haven't done it, I've wanted to. Ooh.
I'm sure both.
He said, "Ooh, I wanted to."
Both of us, like, hey, would these two idiots shut up? But here, now let's get back to the crux of the matter, which is racing.
And that indeed as the pace car peels off down onto pit road. 48 is Zeth Holly, 55 of Tom Barish. Both up 18 spots right now, getting things all restarted here once again. Back to that green flag. Goodness. Still tired from that 24-hour race. 42 of Kevin Winker still up here as well. He's trying to get to that back bumper of the 48. Those two teammates trying to work well together here. Meanwhile, the 55 trying to work with the 33 up on that outside lane. Here comes that 32 and Nick Biddy down on the bottom side here as well, trying to get some positions and make some moves. You got the 98 as well as the 5 trying to help out that bottom lane here.
Tom Barish looked like he had a good restart. Didn't have a whole lot of pushers from the back helping him out. The 33 kind of kept his distance, and that gave Zeth Holly and Kevin Winker the opportunity.
Oh, and the 33!
Gambler.
Oh, no.
Gambler going around.
Yeah, this is the big one. It's a little early for that, too, honestly. See what happened here with the gambler getting turned.
The one wrecked out.
77 got involved.
Good night.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to expect it here at Daytona, but was that Joe David behind him?
Yeah,
Joe David just gave him a kiss, and that's all it takes. You're moving at such a super speed, that any kind of just little bump that's not on center will throw you off, and that's what happened right there.
Super duper speed.
Super speed.
18 getting snagged up in it there as well, going for a little bit of a ride.
The gambler was asking for an explanation. Do you think he's going to get one? I haven't heard anything back on the radio.
Well, sometimes what do they say? Y'all let sleeping dogs lie. Just address it maybe tomorrow.
I'd like to address it like at the end of the race where you smash the guy that did something wrong to you.
Oh, yeah. Immediate. What's that called? Instant satisfaction,
Yeah. I don't know. Joe David probably was it, in my opinion. Not everyone's, but it looked like it was probably his fault. And it happens. We're racing out here, man. We're trying to get a top 10. We're trying to get a top 5. Some of us are even
playoff
trying to
time.
get a win here. Like Nick Biddy has worked his way up to second. Zeth Hawley in first. Kevin Winker in third. Anthony Williams right there. Tom Bears, a double nickel. So there's a lot on the line tonight.
There's the 19 running around the field, getting his lap back there. That's the 19, Brandon Coleman. Hey, I'm watching what the 42's doing. I used to do this too. I'd do the pace laps down on the apron because I don't trust the people not to run my ass over.
Oh my God! You said a curse word too. So now you put like a quarter in the jar too. I'm gonna have you put a quarter in the jar too.
Oh, give me a damn break.
That's 2, so we're even.
Oh, two of those make up a one of yours. Is that?
Well, I didn't say any. I just said a couple.
Conversion math here.
Yeah,
no,
we're using the metric system.
Murphy out there is still pulling for the 32. Nick Biddy, Dawsonville, Georgia native, out there running that Ford Mustang. Man, I tell you what, that was one of the most excited interviewees.
Yeah, he was pretty happy, right?
He was having a blast out there, boy. You could tell he's one of those guys that does this for fun. And Smitty saying, "Can y'all just stay on topic for once?"
No, we don't. No. That's part of our problem. Yeah. We don't even know what the topic is. Right now, it's a yellow flag, so we could go anywhere from here.
But like I was saying, 42 run around on the apron there just to make sure, in case there's a checkup or something, if somebody's saving fuel and shutting their car off, that he doesn't get involved in any bumper.
Man.
Well, fender benders under caution. I didn't know
that you didn't trust anybody, that you had to ride down there.
Oh yeah.
Well, Winker's doing the same thing. I guess he's along the lines of what you do.
Bruce Muehlberger's Bruce Muehlberger Custom Homes paint job from getting scratched up.
Yeah.
They've got Anthony Williams in that upper line there. Going to start in row number 2. Alan, I think we're going to have one heck of a restart here in just a second.
And that we will, with about 8 laps left to go when they get back down across the line. Oh boy, it's going to be definitely going to be pretty crazy to the finish here. Things getting turned on up to 11.
Everybody should be good on gas, I believe.
Well, yeah, I think we're good on fuel. And this speaker is definitely better because you can turn it to 11. So I'm ready for turning it to 11 there, Brown.
I need to rewatch that. I haven't seen Spinal
Tap.
I haven't seen it in a great movie.
It's amazing.
I'm surprised Fender never did put out an amplifier with
somebody
11 on it.
Somebody somewhere has one. Yeah. Guarantee you.
Swap the faceplate out or something, put an 11.
Right.
Nick Biddy leading that inside line or outside line with Zeth Hawley on the inside in his VR here.
Ooh, well.
Both got great pushers. Let's see what's going to happen there, Brown.
Hey, that indeed. Got that pace car peeling off down onto pit road, 48, and that 32 getting things fired on up here once again. The 42 getting a great run behind the 48, trying to push him up here to the front. Again, they're trying to jump up to that middle lane, which the 48 does, almost cutting off the nose of that 32 of Biddy. He's just going to tuck right back in behind that 48, give him a big old shove, letting them know that displeasure of saying, man, that door, it might have been open, but it might have been open only for a mouse, not necessarily you. You got the 42 drifting on back through the field here as well, picking and choosing his way, now sitting in 5th. He's going to tuck in a line behind the 98. You got the 92 is Stubblefield up here, as well as the double nickel of Tom Barish looks on that low line. Needs some more help than what he's getting right now. The 89 of Mike Adamson's there, as well as the 92 dives on down to the bottom side.
AJ Evangelista in the 005 had a difficult restart there that allowed the 99 of Albert Anderson to get around him. Anderson's now with his teammate and buddy there, Mike Adamson, but they're kind of mired in traffic right here. We got a little checkup here. Yellow's out for some reason here. Let's see what happened to bring the yellow out, but they're going to restack him once again.
Brandon Coleman.
Coleman. Yeah.
Brandon.
Oh, he came up across the track and decided to make little car babies there with the 77.
Yeah, him and Cotton got into it, and I don't know who was at fault, but it was just those two.
One mounted the other?
Definitely.
Oh,
There was something that happened there.
trying to be a little bit more family friendly than that, but
Why start now? You know?
yeah, why start? Man, it's 19. Just oof.
I don't know what kind of positions in. Anyway, Mike Adams says WPW on YouTube. I'm not familiar with that.
With what?
Acronym or
WPW?
yeah, WPW.
Smitty said we got to stay on topic for one.
Yeah, I already mentioned that. Yeah.
What does he mean? What does that mean? I don't understand.
Well, I'll explain it to you later. We're gonna read the dictionary together.
Well, WPW is Wisconsin Public Works.
WPW, Wisconsin Public Works. Is that where he works? I thought he was from Florida.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, see? Nobody knows. He hadn't told us. But we still have a lot of people watching. We're glad you're here. Hit the subscribe, hit the like, even though sometimes we do get off topic, Smitty, but
Slightly.
it's all for the fun of everything else going on here. I mean, we can't just, when they're in a caution, do you just want to talk about like, hey, this car is under caution here? I mean,
Yes.
sometimes we got to talk about white powdery substances at the White House. I mean, that happens. We have to do different stuff. That's why we have a different following. We're not just iRacing. We're like pop culture.
About? Snow?
Yeah, it snows there in the winter. They got cherry trees and stuff. But yeah, hit the buttons, hit the like buttons.
Different kind of snow.
We definitely love these guys here at Numb Thumbs, and they're very nice to us and great. We're grateful for them. You know,
Just
get
heard
the
somebody
chance
doing a bunch of barking on the radio at him.
Oh
and
no!
I
What
found out
happened?
that it was Joe Bennett because he's the lucky dog. He was barking as he was going around the track.
Is that how they do it now?
Oh yeah, you remember he used to do that all the time. The oldest man in iRacing, Richard Gray, used to say, "Lucky dog coming high." Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Where
Remember that?
is he now? Yeah, is he out of county?
He's I don't know. He's maybe making new potholes and paving roads somewhere in North Carolina tonight.
He hadn't sent me any messages from the jailhouse asking for money on the books.
Yeah,
So hopefully
I
he's
haven't
out.
been asked for any smoke money or anything. So
You got to get that ramen noodle money.
yeah, gotta
But
get them
no.
chiwis.
Yeah.
I think that's what they call it down here.
In Louisiana, that's Chiwis all day,
Louisiana,
every day.
that's a chiwi money.
Yeah, you gotta get the Chiwis.
Murphy says y'all hyped up for football season. Daniel
Yeah.
Postlock says not really because I'm a Patriots fan. And
Oh,
Tower Operator's a Seahawks fan, so there you go. I don't know who you guys are pulling for.
oh, you talking for? I'm pulling for like whoever I can think I can make a bet off of, right, Brown?
Oh, you
We can
guys
make money.
Strictly gamblers.
It's
not
business.
fans anymore?
Yeah, it's business. I mean,
I've been
I like the
pulling for,
Oilers.
LSU Tigers still,
Well, they're not in the professional.
and
Well, actually, they are.
well, no, I realize that. But it's either that or continue to cheer for the tax subsidized team that we got down here. I'm not going to do it anymore.
Yeah, well, I'm Dallas here too. That's what my team, but I like the Oilers. They're gone, but I don't like emotions. You know, I'm trying to cut the emotions out and go strictly business. Just bet on
I
the winners.
do have to say thank you for your running back, though.
I know. Well, he has a nose
Elliott?
ring. Yeah, they sent him
Elliott
off.
went to New England.
Yeah, he did.
I'll bet.
He's washed up though. You get 3 or 4 years in the league as a running back, you're pretty much done.
If he can stay healthy, man,
He's a good player. No, he's a heck of a player, but I hope he does well for you, Brown.
He reminds me about of Deuce McAllister when he was in his prime. Short yardage guy. You know, you give it to him. You know you're gonna
Count
get 3
on him.
yards.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bruce, I'll tell you what. Detroit Lions, they've had some really good field goal kickers.
Barry Sanders was one of the greatest running backs that never got, what he deserved.
Yeah, that's true.
Nobody had feet like him. Now, that guy, if he was a part of one of these big money teams, he'd have.
I don't think I have to check the books, but I don't ever think when he was in college he ever beat the University of Oklahoma. Though I just want to make sure. I'll go back in the books, make sure.
You better go check the
But
archives.
I don't think he ever beat the University of Oklahoma.
Well,
Doubt that ever happened.
speaking of the pace car is going to be peeling off down onto pit road here as we go to a green, white checker finish here tonight. Will there be bonus time here tonight? Oh, let's see. Have to wait and find on out as the 48 and the 32 go side by side. Green flag flying. You also got the 5 machine on up there as well as the 98 of Connor Leach. Here comes the 42 of Kevin Winker as well. Bobbing and weaving through the field. 33 of Paul Ferdiani getting locked in to that high side. The 48 and the 5, man, it looks like they're all out on an island by themselves. It's going to take a good minute before that 005 of AJ Evangelista gets anywhere close up to him here.
Don't worry, Jessica. She says she's a little late to the show. She's pulling for Stubbs out here tonight. You're gonna see a great ending to this race here tonight at Daytona.
I can't wait for this thing. This is where it's all the fun happens right here at the end of this stuff. And what do we got? 2 laps to go there, Brown. Let's make this happen.
2 laps to go as here goes the 42 looking on down low. Is the 98 and the 32 going to try to protect? Yes, they are. Down into turns 1 and 2, moving themselves down to that bottom lane. Oh, some beating and banging here around Joe David in the middle.
It's the big one.
Oh man, 92.
Oh my goodness, that was not cool.
And it's still going.
The 6 came down, right?
2300 and the 51 going for a ride.
Sorry, Jessica. Stubbs went in the fence and went upside down and all around, and you may have to go visit him in the hospital. The virtual hospital.
he's fine, but it was probably not in his plan for that to happen. We'll have to rewatch that, Brown. What happened?
Looked like the 6 got a little loose, moved down the track just a little bit down into the 89, who had to kind of check up, otherwise he was going to hit the apron at speed, and that never goes good. And that means the 99 of Anderson just gets right up into the back of the 89. No time to react to that checkup as the 89 then comes back across, sliding. 99 finishing the job, and just T-bone straight into the 92, who goes flipping and flopping and flying there.
And those guys behind the 6 had nothing to do with it. They just became prisoners of the whole situation there. Wow.
13,
but the
31.
6 ended up okay. Yeah.
Oof. And then 00 Joe, like afterwards, I don't know what happened here. I think he was just trying to rejoin the track. Almost gets taken out by the 31 and comes up, snags the 23. That's going to take the 23 and the 51 down the into the infield down with them.
Well, guys, only one fast repair available here. I know a few of these cats have already used one. I mean, are we going to see some cars parked here? I imagine we will. Tristan Cotton's already disconnected, so is Brandon Coleman.
Oof.
All right.
As the Penn's diaper camera on Scott Milner got some action there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Had a little freewheeling Free Willy moment.
Hey, did you see where they tried to free that one SeaWorld orca, and the thing died as they were trying to take it out back to the ocean?
What?
Yeah, that was sad. They should have just left it. It was in captivity most of its life. Why are you going to try to wheel it out in a truck? Take it to the Freedom
They tried
Town.
to haul it out.
They tried to save it, but the thing had been alive forever. I don't know. It died.
My goodness.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it was sad. Because I love all the animals. I love people. I love everything. I'm just a lover of all things.
Yeah, you seem like it. I mean,
No, I thought, I hate PETA, but I think that was wrong what they did to the animal. But they were probably forced to buy PETA to take it out in a truck and haul it out to the ocean and dump it in. Well, it died on the way. Poor animal. It's one of them SeaWorld, orcas. So, anyway, that was a Florida story too. It was in the back pocket. I guess I brought it out at the wrong time, maybe. Y'all told me I had free reign tonight. I don't know if you remember. So this is on Brown actually.
this is what
He said, "I'm tired. I'm very tired. You do whatever you want to do tonight," and I have.
Well, I'll change the subject here for a second, but it's kind of along the same lines. I'm one of those people I cannot watch or hear about anything about animal cruelty.
I don't want to be cruel to animals
my whole life and stuff. But
yeah,
I watched that new Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
I never. What is that? Is that like a?
It's like a one of the comic book movies.
I don't.
Anyway,
I'm an adult. I don't watch
if
comics. But go ahead.
Well, anyway, we went and seen that. Yeah, if you're sensitive about cruelty to animals and stuff, don't go watch that.
I thought it was a cartoon.
No, it's not a cartoon.
Do they torture animals in this film? Because if they do, I'm heading to Hollywood. I don't want to see tortured animals.
Yes, it was sad, man. I'm like,
Oh.
again. My wife was like, "Hey, are we gonna get this on DVD to go with the other movies?" I'm like, no. I said, "You can if you want to." I said, "I'm not gonna watch it."
Oh, man, that sounds nuts. This sounds like a podcast situation. I don't know what the hell you're talking about right now. We should save half this stuff for it because nobody really here. They just want to hear us report on the racing and stuff, which is fun. I love the racing. We're here for the racing. I get it, but sometimes we digress, and I apologize. This might not be the venue that you want to hear me rant.
First of 3 available green-white checkers that we're going to get here
and
tonight.
We're in the playoffs too.
Nick Biddy is trying to repeat up here at the front, and Connor Leach on the outside line there in the 98. I'm kind of pulling for Team Canada here tonight. That'd be something else if we could get Connor Leach to pick up a win here tonight. But equally fun would be Nick Biddy getting a repeat.
Yeah. You can go ahead and vote for Team Canada. I mean, I love them Canadian friends, but we're in America here.
It'd be cool if he picked the win up.
Yeah, I'd like to see him do well. I like to see all these guys do well, so I can't wait to see what happens here. This is crazy stuff happens.
It's time to get to Crazy Town here with the green-white checker finish as the field heads on down into the tri-oval one more time. It's time to buckle up, strap on those drinking helmets, and throw inhibition out the window. Green flag back on out. Will the field make it back around to take that white flag? We'll just have to wait and find on out here. So 32 and the 98 break on down the front straightaway into turns 1 and 2 side by side here with the 48 and the 42 as well locked in place. The 5 and the 005 trying to get their positions as well as the 33 and the 55. Everybody going at breakneck speed down the back straightaway here, getting up to 185, 190. Joe David breakdancing, and we're going to re-rack this one again.
Here we go. Rack them and restack them.
Oh, I hear something going on. All right. Brad, you can't hear what they're saying on the radio, but that was pretty good. They are.
Connor Leach's eyes are yellow.
They're tired of being in the cockpit here. But I guess America's driver told the number 6 that he was not clear. Brown, I don't know what happened. I'm trying to rewind it myself.
I don't see. I'm trying to figure out what happened because it looks like at speed, it looks like the 99 just got kind of like English. I know
he went left.
Like it looked like he went left. Like it kind of looked like he got a little bit like of a death wobble, like on a motorcycle.
I mean, the 6 was kind of getting up in his lane, but then he started to go back straight again, and then the 99 just turned left into the quarter panel. Maybe it's hard to tell from that angle.
I mean, I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist or anything, but was there anger involved in any of that? I don't know. But either way, it gives us another chance at green-white checker.
Sure, and it gives us another chance to read some more comments. The Skunkworks says, aliens. That's the topic for the wind. And Smitty says, butter and sausage. Where does it come from? What is it, and where does it come from? Butter and sausage.
I vaguely remember this one.
Would love back-to-back. Turn me up, number 32. We got some folks pulling for Nick Biddy out there tonight. And Tim Stubblefield said, "Can't believe I died 2 weeks in a row out there."
Yeah, well,
and then
it happens.
Tristan Cotton, the driver of the 77, saying to AJ Evangelista out there, "Go out there and win this thing."
Yeah. It's going to be tough for any of these guys to win it at this point.
I mean, we've got some guys up front that I'm sure are really hungry for a win. AJ Evangelista, I don't think we've spoke to him in the post-race stuff yet. Connor Leach, another one of those guys, hadn't picked up a win here yet in the NTRL. Anthony Williams, been driving for this league for a long time. The driver of the 5, I'm sure, wanting to get up here and pick up a win. So all these guys within striking distance here. I guess anybody in the top 10, or even he could almost say, Adam, anybody on the lead lap really within striking distance here in a green-white checker situation.
You can honestly be, if you're in the top 10 where Derek Welch is, I think you still have a shot. Once you get past that white flag, all hell breaks loose, so we'll find out. This has been a fun one, though. I love Daytona. I don't care what however many crashes they've had, whatever.
Sure.
This is typical of a race here, and it's really been fun. They raced themselves really close early, did a lot of, just clean stuff, and then now they just got kind of dirty. It gets Western, at the end of the race, so no big deal. That's part of Daytona.
Well, some of these guys that pitted for fuel back on lap number 49, some of these guys might be into switching their engines off, Alan, or do you think they're good to go? I mean,
there's some people out there like Connor Leach, last pitted back on lap 56. I think he's gonna be okay. Some other guys might be doing that, like Seth Hawley, Nick Biddy, Kevin Winker, last pitting on lap 49. That's starting to get a little close.
Yeah, I'd be worried. And this is only the second green-white checker attempt. We do have an available third if necessary. So that's going to add a few more laps. So if that happens. So,
well, let's try not to make
that. Fingers crossed. Knock on wood.
1 is okay, 2 is a little much, and then 3 is overboard, my opinion.
No, man, I think these guys need every opportunity, as long as it takes. Should have unlimited.
We'll be here all night. 2 cars left.
Yeah, let's just hang out all night.
Time and a half.
We're on the clock. All right, I didn't know that. I need to talk to my union rep on this one. either way, the overtime aspect is really fun, and
Yeah.
they've added an element here that is kind of cool.
I hate to break it to you, Union Rep is away on vacation for the 30th time this year. As the 98 and the 48 gets all locked in, loaded with the lights on the pace car back on off, which means we're heading back to that green flag here.
Yeah, I never trusted those guys anyway, Brown. Here we go.
Here we go, pace car down onto pit road. 98-48 getting that green flag, and away we go here once again. The 32 trying to catch on up, maybe a little bit too good of a restart here for the 98 of Connor Leach, getting out in front. He's going to move on up right in front of the 48 here, kind of blocking the run that top line might have been getting. The 42, he definitely wasn't expecting it. He kind of wiggles from side to side from the unexpected checkup here as the 48 with the door open, not electing to move to that inside lane as the 32 tries to build up that momentum with the 005 right there behind him. The one of DW is up here as well, starting from 2 laps down or so, and now moving his way back on up, fighting with a chance to try to pick up the win here tonight down into turns 3 and 4 as the field single files on out here up at the front. Be ready for the quick breakaway here as the field exits turn number 4 into that tri-oval one more time. White flag is out, so this is it. This is the final attempt. No matter what happens from here on out, we're racing this one to the end as that 98 out in front of the 48 and that 42. There goes the 5 down low, trying to work with that 99 of Albert Anderson, but they're going to need a heck of a lot more of a run than that is. Oh no, there goes the 32 into the one that sends the 99 down to the shadow realm, but we're continuing to race here as the 98 out in front of the 48 and the 42 makes their way down into turns 3 and 4. Here comes the 55 of Tom Barish as well, trying to pick up a run. Not going to be there in time as the 42 moves down low. There goes the 48 who gets a bump from the 42 as we're going 3 wide, 4 wide, 3 wide again, but it's the 48 getting the win here tonight at Daytona, followed by that 42 of Winker and the 98 of Connor Leach. However, they're probably going to look at it as the pass was made down below the yellow.
Ooh. Yeah, that was nuts. We don't normally see that top line just take control. The top line, the whole last few laps took over. Very interesting Daytona race here.
You ain't kidding. Well, let's see. I think it will stand because originally I thought the 48 had moved down below the yellow before the contact with the 98, but he ended up getting bumped down there, and so he was just trying to come back up and be racing. So I believe it will stand as the 42 with a heck of a run there as well makes his way on up.
That's how I saw it. I saw that it looked like he was forced down there, and if you're forced below the double yellow down there, that rule, I don't believe it applies. But every league kind of does it different. But
no, it's the same, I think, everywhere. If you're forced down there, you got to get. There's nothing you can do, and that's the case here. So worked out. Hawley, Winker, Leach, Evangelista, Williams. Man, that's your top 5. What a heck of a fun time.
a great top 5 finish. I love seeing some names up there that we don't usually see.
And indeed, it's the 48 celebrates a victory here.
Yeah, celebrate right now.
Ada Smith is calling a foul.
We got a lot of viewers tonight. I thank y'all for sticking with us, even though we do a lot of shenanigans stuff. It's all for fun. We're trying to do the best we can for the Num Thumbs Racing League. These guys are really awesome. That's what it's all about. Your driver, your friends out there racing. We just try to have fun watching, and I thought we had fun tonight.
I heard a little explanation from the one, the main league admin and owner here today. I didn't really catch all of it, but I believe he did declare 48.
Yeah, he did. He mentioned kind of what we were mentioning. 48 got bumped down, so he will not be moved out of the podium for that.
Well, you know how it
Bump down
is.
below.
Just like in horse racing, sometimes you got to go back and review. It's sometimes too close to call.
Go to the photographic finish or whatever they call it.
I don't know, but this was a cool race regardless. This is one of the ones that I'd actually go back and watch. I try not to watch them. I like to leave my art and my brain behind me.
Oh, come on.
And I might watch this one. This one was a fun one. Here we go. English.
Yeah, that it is, but let's go ahead and get some of these interviews started here tonight. Starting us off is going to be tonight's second place finisher, having a great run there and a great battle with the 48 and the 98. It's going to be the 42, Mr. Kevin Winker, finding himself home in second place here tonight. Man, Kevin, it was a little bit of an eventful night, but you were able to get that 42 machine all through the chaos here, and you even had a chance to try to line up and figure out a way to possibly pick up a win here tonight.
Yeah, it was definitely chaotic tonight. I know the last plate race went flag to flag, so as soon as that first caution came out, I kind of knew it was be kind of a caution fest. And then our team kind of got off strategy there mid-race. We stayed out and everybody else pitted there. Most of the field pitted just to kind of get off sequence. And then another caution came out later, and then it kind of didn't really work. I mean, it worked, but it really didn't. So they all got bunched back up there, and then kind of worried about field there at the end. I think I had 2 or 3 laps left. But shout out to Zeth for getting the win. That was a nice clean finish there between the top 3. I don't know if I bumped Zeth below the line there or what exactly happened, but I seen the middle and I tried to shoot it. I got in the counter a little bit, but we kept it all straight. So I'll take a P2 for the kickoff round 2 here.
Yeah, man, congrats out there tonight. It was awesome watching that Muehlberger Custom Homes Chevrolet Camaro run out there. We know Shauna was out there pulling for you tonight as well. And if the schedule is correct, you guys are headed to Old Atlanta next week for the next stop in the playoffs here in the Super Speedway Series. What do you think about Old Atlanta, man? That's gonna be rough for you guys out there.
Yeah, I like those kind of driver tracks, where you got to save tires and run different lines, and you kind of can control your own destiny more than here, where it's just rolling dice or whatever. So I kind of like those. Tire strategy is obviously going to be huge there because I think we're going to get 2 sets, so we're going to have to try to play that game, and then fuel mileage obviously is there too. So should be a good challenge going into next week.
Yeah, second place in the playoffs at Daytona, you got to take it. One to win, but that's points, and it's going to help you next week and throughout the playoffs. So good job tonight. Who would you like to give some shout-outs to?
Yeah, points are always good, obviously, in the playoffs. I know last round I finished 25th in the opening race, so I had to kind of crawl from the bottom at Texas, but it's always good to get a good top 5, to kick off the first round, then obviously next week. But we're going to give a shout-out to Bruce Muehlberger Custom Homes, kind of board and sponsor me and Josh. In all my leagues, can't thank him enough, and he watches every night. Shout out to Winker Nation, my girlfriend Shauna, she watches every night, so can't thank her enough for watching. And then Brandon, Justin, Dylan, Brett, Nicole, all them guys every night that watch me, come and support me, can't thank them enough. Can't thank my teammates enough. Zeth for the win, obviously, or pushed him to the win. Paul, Joe, Josh. Josh had a meeting for college, so he had to kind of show up mid-race, so he wasn't really able to race tonight, but he still showed up. So shout out to all them guys on Plus EV. Shout out to Nate Cogdo at Sonic Graphics Design for the paint. Check him out on Facebook, Sonic Graphic Design for any paints. And then Derek for putting this league on. We appreciate it. And then you, as always, it's awesome to go back and watch your broadcast. So keep up the good work, guys.
Awesome, man. Well, big congratulations to that 42 machine on Mr. Kevin Winker picking up the race second place here tonight, man. Good job, and we'll catch you out back in action again next week.
Sounds good. Thank you, guys.
You can tell he's done this interview thing a time or two. He's got his thing down pat, don't he?
Just a little bit. Just a little bit here as we move on down a step here real quick. And as we always say, you might be leading out of turn number 4, but usually that doesn't bode well for you here as the 98 of Connor Leach slips from first down to third, but still a great podium finish for the Canadian here tonight. And Connor, it's always heartbreaking when you put in the hard work here and come out of 4th thinking you're in a good spot, but You still had a couple of good guys behind you there giving you a good challenge.
Oh yeah, no, it was great. It was super good finish at the end there. I knew, when you're leading out of 4, it's they're gonna make a move on you, and whether you can block it or not, if you try too hard to block it, you're going around. So yeah, it was super fun race. I'm happy to be on the podium. I think I sent a message on the chat and the YouTube there just at the end. I'm either going to the podium or the shadow realm. One of the two. So glad I was on the podium.
Well, you did what you could out there. You hit the nail on the head. When you're leading out there on the last lap, you do what you can to preserve your position. But if you're too aggressive, you can cause a big upset. And you handled it very, very well. And I was thrilled to death for you out there to pick up a podium here tonight, Connor, and in that Chevrolet. And it was great fun watching you race out there tonight, and you guys are headed to the old Atlanta next week. What do you think about that?
Oh, I think it's going to be pretty fun. I think I was running the 87s there this week on the official races, and in those cars, I found just running the top was the way to go. But we'll see what happens in these cars. And I do got to give an apology to Brandon Coleman. I think about lap 55, we were running down technically the lead pack, the guys that pitted early, and I don't know, I was just a little too close to his bumper. He had a little wiggle and then turned him around. That brought out that caution, and that was the last caution before all the green-white checkers and all the nonsense after that. But apologies to him.
All right, well, you gave your apologies you're in third. Great race tonight. Our only Canadian in the race, I believe. So congratulations on that. And who would you like to give some shout outs to?
Just Canada. You guys put the broadcast on. Yeah, I'm just at this point, I joined this. There's a couple guys on Dirt Monkey Racing was their team, and a couple guys, I guess they dropped out about halfway through the season, so I haven't seen them around yet. But they introduced me to this league, and I'm glad they did because it's been super fun. But yeah, it's been a good league. I'm enjoying it. I'm hoping I can get into the Super Speedway League for, I think, January. It starts in the trucks. I think I'm on the waiting list for that. So hopefully I can get into that and have some more fun with you guys.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations making the podium here tonight. The 98, Mr. Connor Leach, with the 3rd place finish here this evening, man. Congratulations, and look forward to seeing you back in action again next week there, buddy.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Should be a good one.
And with that, we move on up to tonight's race winner. And I got to make sure I get the correct driver cam on up here and get to talking to the 48 machine of Mr. Zeth Hawley with the fight across the line and picking up the win here, up 18 spots on the evening. Man, Zeth, that was one heck of a fight you had up there. You were pretty much up inside that top 5 pretty much all race long.
Yeah, once I got up there, I didn't want to leave it. When it came down to pit strategy on the first caution that we got, we pretty much all made the determination that if the goats go down, we're not going or staying out because we got between 12 and 13 laps to go, and we can make it to that point to where we're going to be good on gas. So I think that was really the deciding factor for me and Kevin to get up there and take 1 and 2.
And team strategy means a lot. It's almost everything here at these big pack racing tracks. And I'm glad you mentioned that because, yeah, a lot of races here are won or lost on pit strategy. And you guys made the right decision out there. Obviously, you and Kevin did great out there tonight. And good job here finishing in the lead here at the end in that 48. But I'm sure you got a fan on your face now. It gets a little bit hot in that VR rig, don't it?
I got my air conditioner off to my left pumping air at me, so I'm good.
Perfect.
My glasses are getting pushed down a little bit, so my nose kind of hurts, but other than that, I'm fine. But yeah, I'm definitely sweating still.
Well, it's tough in the VR, and man, what a win! Good job tonight. That was a crazy race. A lot of everything happened there, and we had a lot of fun racing. It's either your cup of tea or it's not here at a plate track like this. It looks like you honed in tonight and made it your cup of tea. Who would you like to give some shout outs to?
I'll give a shout out to all my teammates. You know, some of them didn't have that great of a race. I mean, it's unfortunate, but it's not really anything we can do. But Paul, Joe, Pat couldn't make it tonight. He's out of power out in Kansas. So Kevin, he did great pushing me through the finish there. Then I got Lucas, who couldn't race tonight. Unfortunately he's not gonna be able to make it the rest of the season. And then Josh, who came in like 36 laps out, but he had something to take care of. So, but thank all of them guys. You know, they're great teammates. You know, we have a blast whenever we're racing. Secondly, I want to thank NTR and Derek for putting on this league. Man, it's a blast to come in here and race, even though may not have the greatest races and I get kind of screwed over in the end. But you know, at the end of the time, like these races like tonight, it's what makes it worth it. Then lastly, I want to thank y'all for putting on the broadcast, man. Again, y'all do a phenomenal job, and you know, it's great to go back and watch the races and see where I can improve, where I don't need to improve, and see who I can run with. So, but yeah. And secondly, I want to thank, or actually one more, I want to thank Connor. You know, he's a great sport. It's good racing him tonight. You know, I knew it was gonna be tough getting around him coming out of 4, and I had no choice. I don't think he was expecting me to go bottom, and then I got shoved down. So it kind of had a bit of a pucker factor, see if I was going to get that W or not.
Yeah, well, you definitely got it done here tonight, Mr. Zeth Holly in that 48 machine, picking up the race win here tonight from Daytona, man. Congratulations. Go celebrate it, and we'll see you back out here in action again next week there, buddy.
All right, see y'all at Atlanta.
With that's
gonna be a crazy race, boy.
Oh, you ain't kidding here as we close out our interviews here for the night. And fellas, once again, we enter and leave Daytona with a fantastic race, and it's been one heck of a good week.
Yeah, man, the playoffs are definitely shaping up to be a lot of fun to watch. There's a lot of action out there on the track. You know, it wasn't a caution fest by any means, but it wasn't a boring flag to flag, you know, single file race out there tonight. Guys were really fighting for position out there, and it made it a lot of fun. So hope everybody enjoyed it as much as we did. I know we enjoyed broadcasting this one tonight and seeing all the action out there on the track.
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to the week. This is like the way to start the week right here is on Sunday night, and they did a good job here at Numb Thumb. So looking forward to the next few days of racing.
And that we should, as we take a look here at tonight's finishing order and tell everybody where their favorite driver ended up finishing here tonight with that 48 is Zeth Holly picking up the big time win. Kevin Winker coming up just a little bit short there in second, and Connor Leach with a great fight rounding out your podium. We also got 007's second cousin twice removed, the 005 of AJ Evangelista, up 23 spots. Your hard charger of the evening finishing there in 4th. You got the 5 of Anthony Williams having a fantastic run here as well, finishing in his number of 5th. 33 of the Gambler, Paul Ferdiani. He got beaten, battered, and bruised out there a little bit tonight, but able to walk away with a 6th place finish. You also got Nick Biddy, last week's race winner, finding his way back up in here to the top 10 of 7th tonight. Tate Cawthorn having a little bit of a rough ride out there as well, having a pretty good run there in 8th. Scott Milner in the 31, picking up a good finish there in 9th, with the double nickel of Tom Barish finding his way to round out the field's top 10.
Yeah, Tom Barish was up front for a few laps there. We thought he'd do a little bit better there, but a couple of bad restarts there with some folks around him, and just couldn't make it happen tonight. 78 of Christopher Jordan will finish in 11th place after starting in 18th. 12th place, Albert Anderson, America's driver in the 99. And 23 of Mark Collins. Mac will finish 13th after starting outside row number 1. The 6 of Joe David finishes 10 spots back in 14th place. The 1 of Derek Welch finishes 15th. The last car on the lead lap tonight there, 00 Joe Bennett will finish in 16th. 17th, Chris Klein in the 51. Your first car 1 lap down. Also 1 lap down, Mike Adamson in the 89. He'll finish in 18th place. 2 laps down, Paul Durkee in the 13 will finish 19th. Also 2 laps down. Rounding out your top 20, the 3 of Skylar Harrod.
17 of Justin Lawson ended up in 21st. 22nd The 77 of Tristan Cotton, the number 92, Timothy Stubblefield. The Tennessee Man, 23rd, 19, Brandon Coleman, 24th. PJ Cox in the 05, 25th, 73 of Josh Kelleher. I know he wasn't happy. He ended up in 26th. 18 of Joshua Moore, 27th, and it looks like the 9 of Thomas Welch did not even grid the car tonight, but he's in 28th.
And that is your field here this evening. As always, we thank you all for tuning in and watching and having a fantastic time with us out there, because you guys are the reason why we do this. And of course, if you haven't done so already, be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, so you get alerted every single time that we go live. And of course, hit that thumbs up button as well, so we can continue to grow this great community that we got going on over here. Of course, we also have to say a huge thank you to PROspec Accessories. Thank you guys for jumping on board here for tonight's race, as well as the other fantastic race sponsors here at the NTRL, like Davidson Builders, DEP Graphics, Sim Gear Central, Track Bar Media, and Martin Sports. Thank you all for your continued support, as that's helping the NTRL do what it does best and put on a great show week in and week out. So we thank you all for all that fantastic support that y'all show. So with that, we do close down here tonight, but don't worry, we return tomorrow night with some of the Next Gen Cup cars coming into town. Let me see, where are they at tomorrow night? They are at Dover. Headed to Dover for round 3 of these playoffs. 150 laps there. That's going to be some fast track action going on down there. Going to be a fantastic night, and we'll see who survives that Monster Mile. But
it's an awesome track, man. I love it.
It really is. Should be an absolutely great time. So. With that, though, we do have to close down here tonight, and we look forward to seeing y'all tomorrow night on Monday. But until then, I'm Alan Brown for Alan English and Adam Turner. We're signing off.
We gone.
See ya.